Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MBTV. I'm suddenly aware that I think I'm going to have an echo very, very soon, so I'm just going to quickly resolve that before we move on. But until that becomes a major issue for us, I would like to say, welcome back to Horse&Sword. It's been a long time since our last episode. This is episode 19. I'm Captain Lust. I'm your regular host on the channel for Horse&Sword and for the streams. They haven't been happening much lately, but they will happen soon. Let me first introduce my guests. Going round clockwise, we have our first ever female guest on a Horse&Sword. She has a lovely voice. She's from France. Be very nice to her. It is Piccolo. How are you doing?
Hey, hello. I'm fine, thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming on. Continuing round the clock, we have Harman, looking stern, serious, as usual. How are you, my friend?
Hi guys. Hello.
Our Polish Nations Cup reigning champion.
That's me.
And continuing round, last but certainly not least, it's well, he's known as a. I'm not gonna. That sounds rude. He's known as an outspoken personality, I would say, in the scene. Laden with gold and trophies and victory medals. Clark Johnson, how you doing?
I'm good. I think it's also called a prick, probably in that description.
No, I don't think so. I certainly wouldn't say that myself. Maybe some people would say that, though, in the scene. Do you think so?
I'd embrace it, to be honest.
You'd embrace it? Okay.
I love it, yeah, it's great.
But I certainly wouldn't support it. Alright then, so this episode for me is essentially going to be a very good way for me to catch up with what's going on in the scene. We've had a lot of tournaments lately, and what I want people to do is basically just tell me what tournaments you've been playing in, if you have been playing, and just what about all the tournaments that have been going on lately. So we've had WPL, we've had some five-a-side action, we've had WMT. Who's been in any of these tournaments, and what's been going on with them?
Well, I'll go first then. I'm playing in the WPL for the second incarnation of Gladiators and Aviators.
Okay.
With Aviators,
and so what's the teams, what is Gladiators with Aviators? Because it's not a normal team, right?
It's, this team is like mainly AE with a couple of sort of Castellans. The original team was more of like a mixed sort of all-star team. But it was such a badass name, it seems a shame not to use it as well, so we just did anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly AE with a couple of OGLs commanding a lot of it though.
And so how have you been doing in the tournament itself?
Pretty well. We got absolutely bodied in quite early in the morning by a bizarre conglomeration of teams and players, which is just baffling, mate. They're called Knights of the Bound, I think.
Who's in them?
It's Kingdom of Avalon, yeah, remember them?
Yeah, okay.
King John and that lot.
Uh-huh.
And then it's HB. Maybe they're a bit too new for you in NA, but maybe you know.
I've heard of them. What do they stand for?
It's like that was Honor Bound.
Honor Bound, right? I've
It's
heard
like,
of HB.
a lot of the better players from GK. It was like Dodge, Zaffa, Chewbacca, Hero of Hiroshima. They're good players. And, they were actually, when they were an actual team before this, they were legit sort of contenders. But then, so they are with KOA, and guess who else is playing with them? Napoleon, Menifil, and Rempika. Like, I don't know how that happened.
And they just completely nutted you.
I think we're missing a lot of players, but they played very well. But interestingly, in the last couple of games, they've been really struggling. Like, they got absolutely bodied by TMW and by WK. So I think we can do better.
So is the tournament still going on?
Yeah. It's I think there's a couple of weeks left of the league, and you know what Americans are like; they have to have a knockout after. So I think the top 4 teams will go into the.
I like that though, right? I love having a knockout afterwards.
I don't know. I don't see why you need it if your league system's good.
I thought the WNL4 really missed it big time.
I think it can do, but that wasn't that mainly because it was just a shit system.
Well, no, I don't know. I think this the knockout at the end. It's guaranteed excitement. I think so. To just throw that away for no reason, I don't really see the point of that.
Maybe, yeah. But I think it's pretty clear it's going to be WK, obviously the brilliant West Knights. TMW, who have got a lot of Kerwa players, including Arnie at the moment.
Right.
And
Arnie plays with them, that's so weird.
It's odd.
Arnie playing with these Christian Americans.
I know, but they all seem to get along. And KOB and us are the most likely to qualify at the moment, so should be exciting. My money's still on WK to win the whole thing now.
Right. I'm so sad that I've had such little to do with Arnie, because everyone seems to be hypnotised by his charm. Everyone who knows him seems to like him so much. And I've only heard bad things, which is such a shame. Okay then. And what about the WPL itself? Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I was involved in its kind of formation a little bit, but then I haven't been too involved since. I was supposed to be streaming it, but I've just basically not been able to do anything there. It's been too late for me. I tried to stream one game and it was just like at 2 AM or something, and I just wasn't able to wake up for it at all.
Yeah, it's a tough time for Turkey, really.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, like, Napoleon and that have been going to so many matches.
They don't have jobs, remember?
True. It's basically... First of all, the good thing for us is that they've allowed it to be East Coast for all European sides versus Americans. That's a big move.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me a bit pissed off, though, because I do still reckon we could have won UNAC 1 if we had whatever.
We've lost Piccolo.
I'm sure she'll be back.
I hope so. Okay, carry on.
And then I think there's like a 1K prize pool or something in dollars or something like that.
Yes. Or maybe even a bit more, perhaps.
Maybe, yeah. Given out by Hanny, I believe.
Yeah.
Who I don't know anything about.
He's an interesting character. I spoke to him a couple of times. He seems like a really solid gold guy.
I don't know about him other than he's in, I think, Turtle Knights, I believe.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Nor am I, to be honest. Apart from that, it's just Americans, same old, sort of like a bit like UNAC, less of a weird system, and they've got rid of a lot of
the weird match rolls and stuff.
Dueling side maps, although I personally quite like that.
Yeah, I think dueling is hype. I don't have a problem with that.
There's no random planes or legacy.
And the match
planes.
format is it's basically the same as the new WNL one, isn't it? Right? It's
it's been copied by WNL.
Well, I made sure, because they were going to do like best of 4 or something like that, and I just said no. Look. I sort of told them that I couldn't stream matches if they didn't do a shorter match format, because like they had a match format which could last 28 rounds, and I can't even think of doing that. But then I didn't stream any matches anyway, so. But I hope they enjoy the new match format and they prefer it anyway, because I think a match format which can last up to 28 rounds is a terrible idea.
Bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah. Harman, you're really dark, by the way. I don't know if we could get you a little bit lighter. Is that Sil?
Yeah.
You got to get him over. Come say hi.
You should say hi.
Yeah, turn on the lights.
Okay, so WPO, it's like a it's basically just like a league system, and then a knockout at the end. Okay. Thank you, Cleric, for covering that for us. What about anyone else? Has anyone else been playing in any tournaments lately?
Well, not that much for me, yeah.
You've not been playing?
I tried some match with IG on the PPL, but not that much. I played like just one match, I guess, so I can't tell a lot about this.
In the WPL?
Yeah, in the WPL.
You play on the French server? On the French server? American server?
Europe server, yeah. No, it was a Europe server. I don't think I did an official match over that.
Okay.
I trained with a really open map, You have nothing except a 1-3 on the map. It was a bit weird map. But
is it default planes?
Is
that default planes? Do they still use default planes in that?
Yeah.
In the WPL?
Yeah.
And the WPL,
right.
No,
they're using legacy planes.
Really? What is that?
Obviously, they got rid of random planes and they got rid of open planes, which was I actually quite liked open planes for the two map. And then they got, I think they're still using legacy planes, which is like similar thing, but it's a bit more stuff to hide around and stuff like that. I think it's a shame. I think we're losing the quintessential part of sort of American warband. It's a shame.
What, of random planes?
No, I mean, the one thing they've always had going on, in my opinion, is that they've had great cav. And that's been a product of the fact that every other map, has been a team like BKS, WK, always picking open planes as their second map. And this means basically every player in America can play cav to a degree. Like even the archers, you stick them on a horse, they're actually quite good at it.
They have to.
Yeah, basically all of them can play cav. And that's, I think, one of the things that always impressed me about the NA scene. And they're sort of going to lose that if they adopt too much of our ways, our customs.
Fair enough. So you like the cultures and the...
Nice. I think it felt, when I went in UNAT 1, it felt more like a voyage on to foreign territory, and when I played in the NA 5 side. maybe that's just me being nostalgic about sort of.
No, that's fair enough. I think it's a fair
exploring
point. But you know, the changes there, and I mean, are being embraced by their community as well. I think, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think although I'm saying this, I mean, it is better for their scene. I think because they are. I mean, this one's using medium, for example, which is a big step for a lot of them. I think it's negatively affected a lot of their infantry players as well.
Do you think? I mean, do you think medium is a good thing? What do you think about the whole speed thing now? I mean, I guess in the time, I assume you've had arguments about this in the past, defending medium, but like right now, how do you feel about it?
You don't really have to defend medium because it's just clearly better. Like I don't.
Why is that?
Okay, so I'd say a good example.
You do have to defend medium on horse and sword. That's what I'm making you do right now.
No one really asks why, but what I'll say is a symptom of fastest in America has been like an over-reliance on blind spam.
Right.
And it's taken away a lot of nuance from like infantry fighting. Like a lot of their good players, and they have got some good players, no doubt about it. A lot of them just spam, and it's just like that's all they'll do, and that's because it's just significantly harder to block.
Yeah.
It's too quick, and so when you change it to medium, or they're playing people who are good enough to just block the spam anyway, you find there's very few other tools they got in their toolbox. And whereas in Europe now, like infantry have got so many different things they can do to like range pressure and stuff like that, and I think that is something we should embrace. That's why I prefer it.
Oh, fair play. What about faster, for example? Have you ever considered trying that, or you have any thoughts about that?
I mean, I wouldn't be against trying it, but I honestly feel medium. It's not like there is I can see any problem with medium. Like it seems to work fine to me. Like there's perhaps I think a bit too easily punished on medium.
What about things like a duel lasting for a minute? Do you think that is a good thing, or do you think it's like too long, or no?
Well, you should see some of the one-handed dueling now. It's like ridiculous. It's gone like they'll last like 5 minutes, like before the map ends.
Don't you think that a speed boost would help maybe rank up the pressure a little bit more? For
perhaps.
Perhaps it's people are a bit too comfortable blocking. Maybe that should be more important part of the game.
I actually don't think it would make a huge difference. I think the main thing will be somehow changing chambers to be more effective. Because that's something at the moment they're so hard to do at a good level on like fast speed when people are playing quick.
Right.
But they're not doing anything. People just basically block them every time.
Right.
Unless it's a thrust or an overhead. So I think something like that would help a lot.
Fair enough. Anyone else got any thoughts on combat speed?
I haven't played with different combat speed than Europeans, so I don't have anything to say about it.
Fair enough. Piccolo?
No.
I remember sort of when I was playing NA, just sort of not liking the combat speed, but not really being too fussed about it. Normally, I mean, it just felt like the skill difference was too big at the time anyway for it to be much of an issue.
It makes less of a difference for archers, I've found in my experiences over there.
I guess you shoot faster, right? Do you shoot faster? I don't even know.
I guess so. I don't have a clue, though, to be honest with you.
I played this game for 3,500 hours. I just got, I don't know. Does it do that? Maybe it does.
Well, why should you know it, really? You don't play on there very often. I guess you did back in the day.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's like, yeah, doesn't really matter, I guess, in the moment. Okay, so we covered the WPL pretty well, I guess. I still want to talk a little bit about the five-a-side and the WMT. Has anyone played in those?
Yeah, I played for the...
Which one did you play?
For the five-a-side.
Which team?
French team. Was like a Bewi.
Bewi? Okay, yeah, we know those.
Just stream one of our match.
Yes. I do remember that, actually. That's like I think that might be the last match I actually streamed.
Yep, probably. But yeah, it's an Bewi team, but it was with RNGD guys.
And how did it go? And how is it going?
It's really fun. It's really nice. We have some... we didn't win a lot of match, I have to say.
You're in Division B then, right now?
Yeah, exactly. but it's fun to play with friends, and we have good spirit, so it's really a good experience.
Seems like there's been a lot of drops up in the... I'm just actually going to bring up the table here.
There was an interesting result in it last week, I think it was. the best, what I would presume would be the best team in it was Napoleon's team. It's like, Napoleon wasn't there, but it's like Arnie, Rampika, Siphon, Menifil, you know, like, unbelievably good players, Volshin. And they actually lost last week to Unity, which was like Paolo, Brian for Sub-Zero and Tiger White, I think. I don't know how that happened.
I have no idea either. I'm really messing up the screen right now, so we can get back to this in just a second. Something's gone horribly wrong on the stream. And I blame OBS. But so what exactly happened with the 5-a-side? Could you explain, Piccolo? It was like there was like a tournament first, and then it went on. Now it's a league, right?
A league? What?
Well, it's a league now, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Just
You don't know? You just play.
Yeah.
They had a qualification tournament, yeah.
That's how I thought it worked.
Yeah, they had a ranking tournament, and then they seeded all the teams into groups to like rank.
That seems like a pretty good system to me.
The only issue I'd have with it is that the ranking league takes about as long as the league. It's a bit weird.
Right. Yeah, that's probably true. But I guess it's part of the fun, though, right? Maybe they want this league to continue.
Yeah, well, that's what you guess, yeah, and then it makes sense.
And it's been organised by Tally, right? Basically, that's what it seems like to me. Tally, Rennie KB, Tade, and Luther. Have you been happy with all the adminning, Piccolo?
Yeah, of course. Retarded. Yeah.
Okay. Up the top you have Benedetto's Points, Denver Bar Army, New Kiddos, Unity. Is Unity, that's Legend, right?
So it's them and mixed with Frag.
Okay, right. Yeah,
By Frag I mean Brian and Paul.
Oh, wow. Shots
Brian
fired.
Shaw, yeah.
They're quality players, those two. Absolutely.
Brian
tidy.
Paul. Why are they so good? They're twin brothers, right?
I don't know. They're inseparable. I don't know if they're actually twins in real life.
They're brothers, though, right? At least.
I have no idea. But
Yeah, they're brothers.
just.
They're brothers. I'm pretty sure. They are.
Yeah, they are brothers, I think.
I think it's a shame they're not getting to play more infantry. Because they're like.
What, they forced to play like Archer and?
I don't know if they're forced to. I don't know anything about the internal stuff, but you see them a lot play Cav and Archer or different, depending on what's going on. But they are quality in melee, like really top tier. Like, some of the best in the world, probably.
Some of the best in the world.
Yeah, in your infantry tournament 3v3?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I played against them and they wrecked
You got
us.
your egg caved in, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
I was knocked out to BD, LaRue, and
That's
maybe
tough.
Weirdo, yeah.
BD, when he's going at it, is just unbeatable. It's unbelievable.
It was like
You
me,
like-
Aaron, Wen, and Varadin.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
How many rounds did you get?
None, I think. I'm pretty sure it's none.
That's tough.
But we beat like another team, and I was pretty pleased with it. It's pretty nuts.
I mean, that's doing alright. Just winning one, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good laugh as well. Yeah, I don't know. Aaron Wen doesn't seem impressed. In chat right now. She didn't like the laughing. I assume it was meant with no malintent, right, Cleric?
Oh, it's a shit team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a very good team. It's fair enough.
And it was going up against like some quality players. Like,
Yeah, that's true. What about this Benedetto tournament? I want to hear about this.
it's not a tournament, is it? It's
yeah,
just
this,
like I don't know.
it's this ridiculous like e-peen waving
My
contest.
problem, I love a bit of EP waving. It's great, but the problem is with it is he's got some like old legends, and they are legends. Make no doubt about it. Like some of them are, they've been great players in their time, but some of them are just going to get their face just smashed in by some of the players on the pro libs.
I want to find this on the forums, and we can have a little look at some of the comments and stuff. I think that's what we need to do, right?
Sure, go ahead.
Because I mean, that whole is that even on the first page right now?
Yeah, it's the Gladiators one. It's called. I think it's think, yeah, it will be on first
Oh,
place.
I was going to try and look at the build-up to it, though, like, on the who is at the top thread.
Yeah. As Barry was messaging him, because he wanted to pick who was on the elite team.
Are you on the same team as Barry?
No.
Why not?
Because apparently he's not elite.
And does
No,
that create
he
tension?
is elite. He is elite, but he's not a legend.
Really? Does
Well,
this create tension in your relationship?
No, because it's just fucking stupid, isn't it?
Okay. Let's bring this up. This is Bendetta's original post, which is want to do some show match gladiators. The best infantry are elite 16 imps versus 25 1.5 player in every gladiator. I don't think that's how games work, let alone
Be an absolute massacre. Like I'm not sure who's replaced some of the the elite people, not the legends, but some of them were like unbelievably good, and there was just no way you could beat him. It was like weirdo Barry. You can't have two of those on you and win. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, it would have been fun anyway. But I think it is still happening, but with different teams. I think.
Let's see what the team is. So the legends are, and then the elite is that. Okay. So I think the teams are not quite as one-sided now. So it's like, what we got 5, 10. There's like 20 now versus like 25, I think.
Yeah, see, that's a bit better, isn't it?
20 versus 26. What do you think? Can you do it?
I think some of the picks are slightly misguided, but I don't really want to call anyone out.
Well, I would like you to call some of them out. Is Metikan still in practice?
No. What's he going to do against Barry? Like, it would literally be a massive.
Imagine Metikan goes to like a one-on-one with Bliv and both their shields break. Think what's going to happen there?
He'll just go Young Dragon and it won't. And Slade's similar. Slade's like a pseudo Young Dragon.
Really?
He's just going to smash his face in. Like these. This is my problem. Like Metikan over time has been a great player. Like I really respect him as a player, and he was great for Calico Indian Union. But he's not. He's just going to get his head kicked in. There's a few like that.
Nubby is perhaps a bit out of practice as well to be a legend.
Ace Gear as well. These are, don't get me wrong, like I will make clear, like Ace Gear and Newbie, brilliant players. Like,
Yeah,
some of the
no
best
one
ever.
would say otherwise.
But the reality is, there's some people on the other team who are just going to smash their face in there, really.
I don't think they have a chance to win.
I actually think the numbers it's a big difference playing that many men down, even if it's 20, 25.
Yeah, I think it
It
is.
would be hard. But I mean, some of the people who's added to it recently, right at the bottom of the list, let's just say they're not particularly elite, like.
I don't want to go there. I'm not going to mention anyone's name. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
So with that kind of thing, that does give you a better chance, definitely, because you can get some like early bangs going down. Like,
So Harman, you're playing as well as one of the elites.
Yeah, I got invited, but I'm not sure when it is. Even.
I think it's
So,
Saturday, right?
Okay, I'm not home, so.
you wonder whether it even happen if you can get enough people together at once.
Yeah, no, all of those won't show up, surely.
No,
On a Saturday
I think a
evening.
few have already said they're not going to come.
It's like
that's
20, 30 GMT as well, so it's like late.
Yeah.
I hope it does happen. It's just,
I think OGL really wants it to happen.
yeah.
Yeah, head caved in as well, here. Why head caved in? Is this the current ban lingo? There's at least 6 players on the legend list who will get their head caved in by tons of people on the elite players.
I do think there is, though. It's just true. I mean, it's going to be like some of them, like they're just going to have they haven't played for like 2 years, and they're going to have theatre doing like nuts inverse stuff on them. They won't even know what's happening. They'll be like, "What is this? What is going on? Like, why is this happening? It's just stupid." So I can see how he's done it. You know, he's picked the team that he's rated, and these are all the greatest infantry, right? But I don't think that's not the way to get yourself like an actual good matchup.
So he's not playing himself.
No, I don't think he's good enough to play for at least for the elite team, though. Definitely.
What, as an infantry?
Yeah.
I don't really know how good Benedetto is at infantry, but
I don't know how good his infantry is. I know how good his melee is, and it's solid.
I think Benedetto is overall a pretty good force in the community, though. I love all the stuff he's just doing.
Yeah, I like him. Seems like a nice chap as well.
And a great player. Like, no,
Oh.
there's no denying that.
Quality,
Haven't-
like, unbelievably good.
Haven't seen him in melee, actually, Vendetta. I think he always shoots, he just run away and shoot you to the foot.
Not impressed.
No, I'm not saying I'm impressed, I'm just saying I haven't seen him in melee.
I mean, he played in the infantry tournaments, didn't he, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's good, mate. He's good in melee.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I believe you.
You played against him, Piccolo?
Yeah, in 2v2, just for training, but yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Hmm. What do you think about his activity in the community in general? The Benedetto points, the lists.
Who, me?
Yeah, what do you think of it?
Yeah, it's nice. I'm agree with this list, so it's okay.
You agree with the list?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I will give the same point, so it's okay.
Take that as a compliment. I'm sitting up on my 97.
You fucking wangled that.
You're in the list, I didn't see you.
Oh,
I just
wow.
tank. I don't even play, and I just tank points for no reason.
Are you 100?
No, mate. I tank points for no reason.
You're losing points, are you?
I'm not. I've hemorrhaged them, mate.
Really?
I got Ebola with Vendetta points. Just coming out my ears, my
What
eyes.
are you on now?
everywhere.
What are you on right now?
I don't know. I think I'm like worse than hundreds of people now. Like,
You can't be like below 98, surely.
oh, I'm well below that now.
As if you are. That's,
I think I am, mate.
what, in the potential players of all time?
I think so.
Let me check myself first. Yeah. No, you can't be. Oh my god. You're 96.
Like, see, I hemorrhaged points for no reason. Like,
How has that even happened?
I don't know.
Nubby is up there with 98.
What is that? Oh dear.
And like, Ajabar Demli, this like Rush guy, is at 97.
Like, what?
Barbarossa's like a cav.
You haven't even heard
Barbarossa's
of
not
it.
even an inf.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, it's whatever.
And then Lord Willie's like there 99, one of the best inf of all time.
Quite a good player. But no, it's a bit weird.
I think you respect him more because he was like okay-ish when you started playing.
Yeah, I think Contis gets a lot of credit for me for a similar reason.
No, but Contis actually was cool though, and Contis actually was like, he was part of like the Ukrainian infantry movement, so you gotta have respect for that.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, him and Laurie's as well. What a player he was.
Exactly. There's these people who revolutionised the way the game is played. Willie is someone who took a lot of armour and spammed. I really got some bitter memories about that guy.
He lost too hard to IG back then, I guess.
He what, sorry? Oh, we lost too hard to IG.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. I definitely did, actually, but I don't know if that's why I've got a problem with Willie. Yeah, he's an okay guy.
It was easier to be good like 5 years ago when
Yeah.
people couldn't even go.
But I think, but I think the list like accounts for that, right? Though, like, I think that's fair enough. I mean, you can't expect people 5 years ago to be as good as people now.
You have to do it if you think
For the
about
time.
their level of domination at that time.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it any other way, really.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you are right. Like, if you put them now, they would just get smashed.
Yeah, and like, you know, amazing players like Harlequin would be like 85 Vendetta points, and that's just not fair.
It's just ridiculous.
But I think even for the time-
Crusoe would be lower. Like Crusoe would be like 89 or something.
Christo,
Crusoe.
all right. Oh, would you think so?
Nah, he'd be 100 still, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he would. I mean, he's just like, he's just talent.
Yeah,
Got-
I think those people who were so good back then, I think they would be as good now because they will train for 2 weeks and they will
Yeah.
get back to shape.
Yeah, I agree. A player like Crusader as well, who's just.
That's what you got to think about Americans as well. Like I always try and think about them in the context of if they could
If they
play
played
in
in
Europe for like 3 weeks, how good would they be then? You know, because obviously they're going to be shit. Their whole scene's shit, so they wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
I would love if Raid joined the European scene.
Good lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Okay. Well, fair enough then. 96 BPs, man. I'm sorry to hear about it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if my girlfriend will want to see me anymore now. We'll see.
What's your, like, 2015 BPs?
I don't know, mate. I think I'm worse than Cragen.
No, you're not. You have 97.
That's not great, is it? To be fair, my 2015 BP shouldn't be that high.
The 2015 BBs is just like, it's just like Arnie, Rempica, and then Black Tide Third.
I've just been turning up to everyone hungover for like a year, so it's probably fair.
I don't think Fiat 85 for 2015 is very fair.
No, it's not. You should be way higher than that. The problem is that he has got some weaknesses in like matches. He does some silly stuff. Melee wise, is really, really good.
Yeah, he is. Got him inverse. Gonna make sure they remove that. Make sure they remove that for Banlord because I don't
Much
like
more common
it.
than it used to be as well, though, isn't it? You see a lot
Sorry?
more inverse people around at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, like new people playing now, like if they have a sniff of like wanting to sort of get good at the game, it just takes one person to say, "Try playing inverse, mate," because you can have a lot more success a lot earlier on. They try it, it messes with people's heads, and they're just like, "Okay, yeah, I'm doing this."
Even if you're really experienced, it can be really grim to play against.
Yeah. As someone who's been sort of cryogenically frozen for like the past 3 years, basically playing against someone who's inverse is like, what the hell is this? I don't remember this game. Feels terrifying, but it's a cool thing though. I support it. Okay, so we sort of covered the five-a-side a little bit there. Piccolo with the Behui. And
Behui,
sorry, obviously I butchered the pronunciation of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
What does it mean? Something yes.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, it's not a good name, you know. Talia ID. So.
Whose idea was it?
It's Talia ID, I think. So. Yeah.
Well, at least you can always fall back on Renegades, which is one of the best game names of any team in the scene.
Yeah, it's a really great name. It's cool. No, you're strong with that name.
Yeah, it is. Alright. So about the WMT. I'm being heckled by Aaron which is completely unfair.
What for?
Just saying move on to WNL. What about the WMT? Has anyone played in that or seen any of that at all?
Nope.
Warband Masters thing. Or
Tournament. Tour. It is Tour, yeah.
I think it's tour. I don't know what it's on about. I haven't watched any of it.
It seems pretty good. I think IR are doing pretty well on it. It's just another thing which DOF are handling, and DOF are just like getting better and better, and they're just doing more and more good for the scene. I'm really a big fan of them. And also I'd like to shout out to Tade for doing the interviews and stuff. He spoke to Erminas, I think, and people really seem to like his interview. You can find it. Where is it? Community Hero, Unsung Heroes. There's a great interview here where he speaks to Erminas somewhere. It's on like page 3 or something, or it's probably linked. It isn't linked, but it should be linked. You can find it on the forums anyway. And there's more of those coming as well. I think it's a nice project. Okay. WMT, as I said, it's getting better and better. The grand final's coming up. I think that's this weekend. Definitely check that out. It's Irish Rebels versus Donair.
Donna's Tali's team, but they got loads of mercs. Really weird mix.
Let's have a look at the rosters. I'm going to move on to WNL soon. I do want to just quickly have a look at this though. I think Bro got pretty far. They might have made to semi-finals, I think. So I have like, yeah, they got like Horace, Catherine, Red War, like players you don't really sort of always associate with them, and they kept a lot of their Saracens as well. Are they going to be tough for the WNL, you think?
I think they're a good team, definitely. I think they're a really good team. They've got like they've got Toy now as well, so yeah. I think they could definitely cause some upsets.
Donair has like Black Tide, Peter, Corey, Menethil, Arnie, Siphon, Rempica. Donair. They've got a pretty good roster.
Well, if the whole team plays together and is commanded well, they can't possibly lose.
I wonder who's leading them though.
No clue.
Watley. Must be
Is
Watley.
Watley there? It must be him, yeah.
Oh, that could be pretty cool. It's on the 20th, which is going to be Sunday. I might try and watch that if I can. I'll be up in sunny Scotland. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the WNL, I think, right? Firstly, let's talk about the sign-ups. Not many. There's still a few days, but it's been pretty low. Why do we think this is? Harman?
I think we'll have more teams in a few days. Probably will sign up, so freelancers still waiting.
I'd like us to still break 30. I mean, I know there's been a lot of tournaments going on right now, and people are kind of distracted and mixed up with other things, and the streams haven't been on as much as well, so there's maybe less hype around it. But I'd like to see it gain some potential and stuff over the weekend.
Trying to think of the teams that we're missing that would usually be in it, and I think there's like there used to be a few more German teams, definitely. Just like the lower level ones, like HO and teams like that. And they're just not. They don't seem to be there at the moment.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's some Fire West, some interesting ones.
It's quite a good Turkish contingent, as far as I can tell.
Well, they've just had their tournament, I think, as well, so they're probably keen. Piccolo, why do you think so few sign-ups?
I don't know. I think like Harman, we will have more singers.
Harman, that's super loud. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Go ahead, Piccolo.
Yeah, I think like Harman. I think we will have more singers in a few days. So we have still some teams are missing. So I think we will have more. It's okay.
I think it might be the timing as well. It's kind of just the end of summer, and teams. I know lots of players have kind of got distracted with holidays and just starting university.
Yeah, now it's in New Year for university, and a lot of players, students and stuff. So maybe, yeah.
For some people, this is like Freshers Week right now, so they're probably not going to be signing up for Warband tournaments.
I wish.
Surely you can find some Freshers Week to tag along to.
Oh dear God. Don't know if I can. I don't know if that'd be a good idea, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's a shame we're missing. Just before this happened, there was two teams: Awakened Apotheosis, which was run by Bauglir, and had Toy, Red Wolf, Vieta, Gibby, and like a bunch of other people, Volshan, I think. Okay. And it was quite a good team. And they were playing quite a lot, and I expected them to sign up. Also, we had Rising Flame, I think it was called, and that was like almost like a bit of a nameless. It was run by Watley. I think Harman might have been in it, possibly.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and both of those teams about
I was
a
in
week
it.
ago. Really?
Really?
I was in the 5-a-side. Then I just
both of them have fallen apart, and I thought they were both quite nice. Maybe not the top tier teams, but just below that. Like quite good challenger sort of level. Could take them on their day. And both of them have just sort of disappeared, which is a shame, and sort of been amalgamated into some of the other clans.
I just melted out.
Well, maybe Harman, maybe you can tell us what's going on with some of these players. Maybe you have a team that we can expect to see signing up.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up the team in a few days. I just need to collect IDs.
Can you tell us about them? Who's in there and what's going on with it?
Like all 22nd players, some samurais and.
22nd and what?
Yeah,
they were actually playing together before as well.
Give us some names. Who's playing?
Lezard, Baltrider,
Are
Harman.
you serious?
Yeah,
I fought Lezard IG yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
Not that I play on IG because I'm banned, and I obviously can't play on IG.
Yeah.
I would never flout my ban as a.
You were there. Oh.
Yeah, and that Lezard is just proof that you don't forget how to play this game, because
Really?
he's still top infantry, and in a week he'll be at his best, I think.
Oh, I like that. Who else have you got?
Total War.
Okay.
Some old samurais like Caesar. Yeah, Hives as well.
You have Hives.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Hives' popularity spreads really far. There's a Swedish animator who works for us, and he's the brother of, do you know Trige?
Okay.
Trige, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah. His brother works for us at the moment, and we were talking about like cavalry, today, and he knew Hives and was just like, that guy is amazing. He just knows exactly what he's doing on a horse. So Hives has got like some widespread fame, basically.
Yeah, we also have Blade from Nations Cup team, my Nations Cup team, and Violet. You maybe know him if he was playing for
Assassin's Violet.
Dutch team. Yeah, he's a very good shooter as well. So we have solid core. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like,
who's commanding it?
We're switching. I was commanding one map. We got only one training yet, so maybe Baltra either, or maybe Total War. We'll see.
that could be a strong team, though. Look forward to seeing them.
I reckon it will be a good team.
That's one of the things I think about this. I mean, we have like, like there's good teams signed up, even if they're not all like, if there's not that many of them. It could be quite even. I mean, I assume we're going to see AE.
Oh well, I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's touch and go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not seeing RNGD Piccolo. Is there no chance?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
What would it take for you to sign up at this point?
What?
What would it take for RNGD to sign up on this last weekend?
Oh, I'm not sure. I understand your question. I'm sorry.
I mean, what is it stopping you from signing up right now?
Oh, because I think we don't have enough time to get really involved for the training and stuff. And if RNGD want to play the tournament, they want to play it really seriously. So yeah.
That's how Navi rolls. We know that. He's all or nothing, right?
Yeah. But you know, I just want to say that yeah, if they play it, they want to play it for winning or for be serious and good. And if they can't do it really seriously, but I think they won't do it. It's okay. We will play it like sparring partner, and we have some trainings and some matches. So I think we will be in the scene in other way.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe for the next major clan tournament we have.
Yeah, we will come back on Bannerlord.
Come back in Bannerlord. I hope you come back sooner than that.
I think everyone assumes that this is the last Warband tournament. I don't know if that's true.
I don't think that they should assume that.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like people assume that since like first Warband tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've always heard that this is the last one.
Yeah, this is maybe better. We hope so.
Well, the sign-ups are a little bit lower. I mean, it's weird because the scene has grown. Like normally, it always grows and goes like higher with every tournament. This is the first time it's kind of gone down.
I don't actually feel it's necessarily representative of the actual populations in the game, because a lot of the servers are equally as busy as they've ever been, to be honest. I actually think it's just, I think like you're saying, a lot of it's about timing.
Yeah, it's timing and lack of promotion as well, I think, partly as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that probably does it. I think it's so hard now if you're a new team to actually not get stomped. It's difficult, especially if you're a bit younger, to want to keep the team together.
Right.
So I think a lot of them have sort of joined other teams, or, you know, maybe even given up. But I think going on by server populations, this is as healthy as it's ever been.
Yeah, certainly the number of players, if you look at the Steam stats and everything, it's like really high, especially off the back of the free weekend. There's like lots of players around.
Thanks for that.
It's only a weekend, you can put up with it. It's good. It's good in the long term for everybody.
I was trying to hire some people to my team lately, and like everyone is in a team already. So I don't think we have like short activity.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it is harder and harder though as the scene progresses for people to get into it though, I guess, in a way, because it's almost like you have to be in a team before you can make a team. Whereas if you're playing something like League of Legends or CS, you can just like start playing ladder, and then if you get better, then eventually you can start playing matches. There's just always like a line of progression there. Whereas you enter WNL and you just get absolutely slammed and you have no idea what to even improve on. And it's like, and people just tell you, well, you got to play 1,000 hours. otherwise you're going to suck until you play 1,000 hours of this game.
Problem with that is, like, I think some people go into it with a different attitude. Like, I remember someone had spoken to Barry yesterday about maybe joining it, and he was like, you know, you know, like I want you to join, but
Yeah.
you will. It will be a struggle. But they were like, they've watched like tons of the VODs
Oh yeah.
and stuff like that, and you know, it's difficult because I think if you do want to, you can still do it.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just a
of
lot
course
about perseverance. It is tough, but I don't know. Everyone's so good now, aren't they?
What do you think is the minimum number of hours though, like that you have to commit to be like at the top level?
Much lower than you think.
You think 200?
It just entirely depends how you spend them, doesn't it? Really, but I think you could be pretty good after 200 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's pretty good, and there's like, and there's actually being able to play against, like say a team like Castellans, who we still consider, I guess, just off the top flight, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're still going to be like worse than 80% of their players, even after 200 hours well spent, I think.
In some degrees, I think you could. Yeah, maybe. I think if you had 500 hours purely practicing it properly, like getting your melee down, I
Yeah.
think you could be pretty sick in melee.
Yeah. That's it. Like, if you did one thing for 500 hours, you could be like good at it, really good at it.
But they
Like-
would lack the tenure in like getting good awareness and stuff like that, wouldn't they?
If you spent 500 hours bump planting, then you would be like a really useful player on a team. That's what I think. I don't know,
I agree. Yeah.
but even that's still a pretty big commitment.
Yeah, it's a massive commitment, really, isn't it? Can't exactly suggest that, can you?
Yeah.
I want to get good. Okay, spend the next 500 hours.
Yeah, what you got to do is, it doesn't seem logical, but you got to bump into them with your horse, and then you're going to stab the lance directly down into your horse's head and hit your enemy, and get really good at that, and then you can sit on our bench. come back in like 3 months when that's all you've done.
I think I think a lot of games probably have this, but I only really know Warband because it's the only one I play super competitively. That's like the lack of leaders. I think is a big issue. Like
Right.
actually good ones. Like a lot of these players, just their leaders are just crap. Like they expect to win straight away, even though it's completely unrealistic and stuff like that. And they can't focus people properly and stuff like that. I guess a lot of it's about age,
Yeah,
but
I think that comes
I
into
think
it.
there are definitely some really sort of driven younger people who do make good teams.
Whatley.
But they inevitably implode.
I think Whatley's doing well though. Like, I
I
think
know. I really appreciate what he's done. I mean, he's made some really good teams. I
And
just
he's-
think it's a shame they fall apart.
he really does gets people gets people going though. At least that's what I respect about him.
I've always said that actually. Like, one thing you'll see about his teams is they actually believe they can win. Like, even when it's stupid. But you have some teams who just, they're used to losing and they don't believe it. With Watley's teams, they always think they can beat you, and honestly, I think that's really important.
But you
If
just
you
said
don't
the
pick-
exact opposite to that about 2 minutes ago, didn't you?
Let's say,
That teams that believe they can win and then they get crushed because they don't.
but you can be shit as well, right? But if you got the problem is there's teams out there that are skilled, but
That
they
don't
don't
believe they
have
can
any
win.
belief in they can
Okay, that's fair
their
enough.
victory, so they just get stomped. I hate calling. Take Aquila a couple of seasons ago. I think they were good enough skill-wise to tangle with like the best teams in the world,
Right.
but they never would. Ever.
They
Like,
didn't believe they
just
could.
Yeah, I think that's what I think it is personally. Anyway.
Nene's
I
as
think-
good. Nene's as good as anyone. You know.
Yeah. No, definitely. They had loads of good players, man. They had like a sick team.
Did you know I met Nele's neighbour?
What the
He
fuck?
came to our booth in Gamescom, and he was just saying, "Oh yeah, my friend plays this game loads." And I was like, "Oh,
Nele's-
what's his name?" And he's just like Nele. I'm like, "What?"
That's baffling.
Like, and he was just like, "Oh yeah." He's like really good and stuff. He speaks to me. I'm like, "Yeah, well, he probably would." Apparently, like at the start they were kind of even, and then Nele just decided he was going to play nuts, and then this guy was just like, "Oh yeah, he just got way better than me." It's weird, right? I also met Gotha, and like his buddies.
Like, KR.
Yeah. Gotha Ademi mod. Yeah, we showed them the game and everything. It was a good time. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the WNL because I don't want to spend too much time on this. What I want to talk about is the format. We have a new match format, which is the WPO1, where it's first to 3 for 4 sets. Piccolo, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's a good format. I like this because I think match on too long. So yeah, and
This makes matches shorter,
yeah, I think so. And the first 2-3, yeah, it's.
but it can make matches longer though, right? It can change.
If match are closer, there will be maybe longer, but if it's a one-sided match, there will be shorter. So I think it's a good idea.
Right. Yeah, yeah, that's a good balance. I
You
guess.
don't need 16 rounds to see if.
To see if one team is much better than the other one.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair point. I'm interested to see like what it's like to stream and stuff like that. I mean, I've watched WPL VODs and stuff, but I've not really paid too much attention to it. I guess you really feel it more when you actually are the one streaming it as well. Cleric, what do you think of it?
I really like it. Yeah,
For the same reasons, or?
Yeah, because I think no one minds playing a longer match when it's been a good match.
Right.
And it implies if it's 3-2, 3-2 that it has probably been a really good match.
Exactly.
What everyone hates and what we have way too much of, and it's a product partly of the constantly changing systems we've used, like the ladders and stuff like that. But there's just too many stomps in there. Like usually the first couple of weeks are like 15-1, 16-0, 15-1.
Yeah.
It's just a waste of everyone's time. It's not only is it not fun to play in if you're beating people that badly, you just feel like you're wasting your own time. So what's the point?
And so ending that in like 12 rounds
It's
or
like
whatever.
anything. It's not ideal.
Making that
but
short
it's
is just going to reduce the whole pain for everyone involved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing, I think. Harman?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
What the hell was that?
Nothing to. Someone's shouting outside. Sorry.
You live in the ghetto, Harman?
No. Do you?
Yeah, I do. There's dogs barking all night where I live, seriously. That's all I hear. I hear a dog barking in my dream, it wakes me up, and then I hear that dog barking, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm living in hell. It is the ghetto. Anyway, sorry, go on, Harman.
I live in a neighborhood where there's often something going on outside.
A lively neighborhood.
Yeah, I like it.
You like it?
No, not really. But, okay, let's go back. I really like first to three. It's more interesting, and you can pull back and even win a spawn even if you lost 2 rounds. It's nice.
So we took something from the Americans, I guess. Pigs can fly. Alright then. So what about the tournament format? Is that settled on yet?
Yeah, I
Probably.
think more.
Well,
Mostly.
Harman, you're an admin of the WNL. So why not tell us what the tournament format is?
Except first to three.
Like the tournament
don't
format,
know.
like for the league format.
Okay, it's a ladder, so we'll have a peak night. Basically the same as previous WNLs. We have some minor changes in level system.
The level system, okay.
So we don't grant additional points for teams who beat a team with higher level.
You don't?
No, but there is a constraint that you can't pick a team with a much higher level than yours.
Piccolo's gone. I hope she comes back soon. But the granting extra points, though, doesn't that give teams a chance to catch up who apply late or improve? Aren't we missing something there if we drop that?
I think it's better that way. Just
Alright.
I didn't follow it that well, but I don't think any team who joined like a few weeks later actually catch up because of that rule.
I know, like teams like Runaway Scorpions have done it before in like Division C's of ENL, that kind of thing. It can happen, and it can be kind of like exciting, I guess. But yeah, it's not an ideal system. We'll see how it plays out anyway. I think this hopefully this will discourage stupid picks, which is one of the main problems, right?
Yeah, I think
Heroes.
Yeah.
Every time.
There was a clan.
Hey. Oh. I know they almost beat us, didn't they? Remember on that Azan's desert map?
Yeah, I know. But no,
5 archers. I was pulling my
and like
hellish.
And, like, it was the first time everyone realized that Heroes Alexander was like a sick cav, and then he just started like wrecking people and stuff. It was crazy. And sorry, go on, Harman. We cut you off a bit there.
Yeah, I think last season there was a problem that one of the team was picked all the time by weaker teams, and they didn't play any team from the top because of that.
Yeah.
But we have this restriction now that you can't pick a team with much higher level, so I think it will work out well.
Let's hope so.
Also, we changed tiebreaker a bit. It's like
we have one now, which is good.
Like a Buchholz system points instead of rounds. It sums up points of teams you played against.
Okay.
And I think it will be much better because it benefits if you play stronger teams instead of picking like teams.
Is that for the knockout stage or?
No, for the ladder stage.
Wait, so what is this? What exactly? Can you explain it to me? What is the system? I didn't quite get it.
Okay, we play a team, and for example, it's after 7th round, and that team has 5 points, so you get 5 points for playing against that team. Yeah.
Okay.
You have different teams who has some points, so you sum it up, and we count it for tiebreakers.
So, if the teams you've beaten have more points, then you get like a higher.
If the teams you played have higher points, then you will be higher than teams who played weaker teams. Of course, first are points you gain by winning.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So round difference is not that important then. It's just about who you beat, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I'm definitely not going to stream any matches longer than until we see someone win. Aaron win. Okay. So we've covered the formats. We also have Mark Mods and Freaky sponsoring, which is cool. So I'm guessing we're getting some T-shirts. I hope we are. I'm not sure about that though.
Not sure either. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I hope we will do. One thing I want to mention is allowing Kurwa to play under their name, Kurwa. Does anyone have any thoughts about that?
I actually agree with it.
You agree with allowing them to play?
Yeah.
And is that just because you have no objection to it, or you really think they should play with it?
I just don't see why they should have to change it, personally.
I mean, I have some reasons, and I kind of have some explanations that I hope people will kind of understand where I'm coming from with it a little bit more, if I explain that. But I'd like to sort of hear if anyone else has any sort of thoughts on it, Piccolo or Harman.
That doesn't bother me. I think they can play with this. So I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think it's a rude name, but I don't have any strong feelings about it, so I let other people decide it.
Well, from my perspective, as someone who's like, and I don't want to sob story too much, but as someone who is committed to the scene, in a pretty big way in terms of living out in Turkey and working for Tailworlds, as I've been for the last 3 years, and obviously one of my main goals here is to try and push mount&blade as an esport, and potentially for future games, and just represent the game as well as I can, and hopefully see it grow into bigger things, which is what we all want to see for Bannerlord. And I can give you some anecdotal example. It was a few weeks ago where a famous esports production company actually sent their CEO, to visit us over here to talk about mount&blade as an esport and some of its potential. And I obviously want to show them what we've done so far what the game is like, what its problems are, what its potential is as well. And so I'll show them things like Horse&Sword. I'll show them things like a stream, you know, the kind of things that I've done where you can see the health bars or the watchability improvements which we've made, as well as the sort of the actual game itself and how it can be entertaining. And for me to show someone from a company which is professional and someone who we want to work with in future, and then have to look at the VODs and say, well, this is a great game, I'd love to show them this, but one of the teams is called Kurwa, and that's really embarrassing, and so we can't do that. For me, that's like a problem which I don't care enough about their right to be called Kurwa for me to for that to cancel out the fact that it's a big issue for me trying to pursue mount&blade and try and push forward mount&blade as a potential esport. Do you see that argument, that side of things?
Yeah, I understand that.
Does that? I mean, what do you think?
I actually agree with you. I do get where you're coming from. My problem, I guess my issue with it is that we're sort of Sotomasu and Kurwa, they've played the game for absolutely ages. They've actually physically contributed to the scene by playing and stuff like that. And I feel like we're sort of messing over people who are actually playing now and actually love the game just for these sort of theoretical things that might not
It's
ever
not theoretical though, is it? Because it's somebody who I've spoken to from an esports production company who's come to Ankara to visit our office.
See, what's he ever done for Warband, like?
But it's not about what he's ever done, it's about what he could do in the future, and it's about how we're trying to represent, I'm trying to represent the community.
Yeah, but that's what you're not doing, because you're asking the community to change their names. You're not representing the community. That's exactly what you're not.
Is the essence of the community a team called Kurwa, or you know, what is the actual loss if they just change their name?
I just feel like
the thing is, for me, that is like so unimportant. It's like super unimportant, and so that
to you, obviously, because you're not in the team.
Yeah, but why should it even be important to them? It's just not important to anyone for them to have a name. I mean, I disagree with the name anyway. It means, what does it mean? Harman?
Prostitute
or something like that. It's not like a particularly nice name anyway.
Yeah, but no one actually cares about the name, do they?
Yeah, but it's true. Like, if we want to have Warban in eSport and develop the community with that, it's true. Maybe the name is inappropriate. It's the same like in Battlegrounds when you know rude name and stuff is not good for competitive and stuff. So I'm agree with your point. I didn't think it before.
It is embarrassing the way it sort of represents the community, and
yeah,
especially considering gaming in general is much more heightened to these kind of issues, and people do know what Kurwa means. It's not just Polish people. People who are more conscious of just general issues around the attitudes within gaming. It makes the Warband community look like some kind of Gamergate community or whatever, because they have like swear words or something like that. And to someone who
that's just pathetic, isn't it?
To someone who wants to make a first impression of the community, to see that they are tolerant of people who just have like whatever retarded warrior assassins as a team. That I think would put some people off, and I think
you're not going to just lose the soul of a community. You know, I'm not saying they are the soul, but you're not just losing everything that sort of makes the community what it is in an attempt to please people who never played a game.
But the thing is, that is not what makes the community what it is for me. That's in fact, I don't like it anyway. Why do I have to accept that that's what the community is just because one team has put that as their name?
Because no one else has a problem with it.
Well, I don't know if that's true.
Well, we just met someone who has a problem with it.
Well, you've met me, and you've met Harman, and there's other people who have a problem with it, I'm sure.
Who? These fictional people who never play Warband. And then we've got people who do play it and care about it, and we're trying to say what they can and can't do, and I'm not sure I agree with it. I understand where you're coming from, and I think in the long term...
Okay, what if the name was something much more offensive?
Well then, yeah, I'd agree.
Right. So you think that they're within the limits of what is the soul of Warband, but it's... I mean, is that what you're saying?
I
mean, are you saying theoretically? So you're accepting theoretically there could be a name which would be offensive enough
yes,
that
without doubt.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Why is this not it then? If it means prostitute and it's
for me it would have
and it's retarded warrior assassin, retarded or whatever.
I don't feel like so. I mean, the kind of person this offends, I've never met someone who's actually playing Warband who it's offended.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works in other game, in competitive and stuff, in CS and stuff. If you can join with the game.
They wouldn't be allowed.
It definitely would not be allowed. I don't think.
So it's the same in Warband, I guess.
Yeah, but we're not professional, are we?
Yeah, no, but if you want to become an e-sport and stuff, and maybe we can have the same rules.
I think you'd have to make a decision on it, and I think I'd respect your decision on it because I can understand what you're trying to do for the scene. I just find it difficult to sort of make sense of it in my head as something that's fair for them.
But as someone who has invested so much, including moving to a different country, sort of poured their life into it, for something so pathetic as this to be even a slight obstacle, it's just like not remotely in my interests. It's like this should just not be an issue, and this should just be done. And it annoys me that it was removed, and now it's just been allowed again on some sort of principle which I don't think is at all necessary. I feel like it was an issue which we'd moved past, and now it's been dragged back for no real gain. I don't think that the WNL gains anything by Kurwa being called Kurwa.
I think the reason it got brought back is because 2 people didn't like it and no one else cared.
Right. Well, obviously you feel quite strongly that they should be allowed the name.
You know, I really don't. I'm sort of indifferent, and I agree. I don't know why they care about it, and I would hope personally that they would understand what you're trying to do and agree that they should change it. You know, that's my point of view. They should want to change it because they should want to be esports as well. I actually agree with that. I hope that they would put the game first, but the fact that they haven't, I can't really reconcile them having to do something for people who, you know, aren't in the scene. They've played so many hours, they pour so much time into it, and it feels a bit not right to me to just make them do it. The people who aren't playing the game, like.
I don't know. I think it's interesting that you for whatever reason draw the line. I mean, you already conceded that you would accept that if it was a worse name, that you think should be banned, but this name you accept.
Just don't think it's that bad a name. Like. I understand moving forward. Say in the future you wanted to make like a Bannerlord, an actual.
But if their name was like Hooker or something, would you think it should be banned?
No one would care, would they? Anyone care if their name was Hooker?
I think people would care, yeah.
People would probably think they're talking about like fishing implement.
Right.
People would care if they said Hooker. I don't think so.
I guess we disagree on this then.
It's tough because I do see where you're coming from. I just think the change for me would have to come from them, not being forced on them.
It's just a pain in my ass that I just would rather would go away.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't, you know. Alright. Do you have anything else to discuss about the WNL?
Well, should we get some predictions on winners?
Yeah, we should do, I think. I guess we have AE applying.
Yeah, we will do, yeah. On the last moment, obviously.
IR is in there as well. IG also playing. Piccolo, you back with us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, can't see you, but I'm sure we will soon.
You can't see me?
I can see her.
Oh, really? Maybe turn the video off and on again?
Yeah, I have the video.
Turn it off and then on again, maybe. Okay. Castellan's in there as well. What do you think about the potential candidates then, Derek?
Freelancers, Koa and E. Without a doubt, top 3.
Freelancers, are they in?
They will be, I'd imagine. I can't see them not signing up.
they not spread among some of the other teams though as well?
Since AA and RF went, I think they've all sort of headed back.
Oh, fair enough.
I think they'll be the best 3 teams as always.
Where do you place IR and Castellans among the randos?
I'd probably personally put. I think Harman's X team could be quite good, but currently, because I haven't played them or I don't know what they're going to be like, probably say IR maybe 4th, Castellans 5th. Probably, something like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
They got a pretty meaty infantry lineup now, Castellans.
What about the X team? Where'd you see them slotting in?
It's so hard to tell. Like, on paper, they could be really good. I don't think the players who are coming back are going to have enough time to be top tier. I have a feeling maybe...
Well,
think
Harman said he thinks 2 weeks.
They could be. I played Lezard a bit yesterday and he was pretty good. So I reckon 4th. But a lot of that is potential, which is why I'm putting IR ahead of them.
What about the American team? Do you think they got a chance? I mean,
No, God no.
No.
Absolutely not.
Piccolo, you're still not on for some reason. Can you both see Piccolo?
Not anymore, I can't.
Nope.
French internet.
Yeah, I have internet issue. Can you hear me now? Or see me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you yet.
I don't know why. I can't see the video. I don't know.
We were hoping Sil would come and say hi to us at least as well. No?
Can you see me now?
No, we can't. FTW playing as well. So it looks like Blixen and Broomstick formed a team too.
It's not just like the old FF guys though. I think it's a bit more mixed than that.
Leonidas. Which Leonidas is that? I don't know. There's been so many.
Where has it got a flag on? Or
I don't know.
I'd imagine it's the SRC one, but it's only a pump.
And obviously Bro in there again. How are Bro doing these days?
I don't move in the same circles, shall we say?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they started improving really fast, but I don't know if they're maybe stagnating.
They still got Leoven.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been going for ages.
He's an old man of the Warpad scene.
When I was in Wolfpack, he used to help us like get better. It's a long time ago.
One Wookiee as well. It's cool seeing them in. Anaconda still knocking about.
Yeah, as always. He's a good lad. I like him. He's good fun.
I think it's so cool that he's like stuck with the scene as well, even though he's like determined to just pretend he's someone else the whole time.
I wonder if he's gone over that now because he's just gone back to one Wookiee, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see. They lost a few of their better players to IR, so it'll be interesting to see how they do.
And obviously got Wolfpack in there as well.
I don't know who plays for them anymore, to be honest. Yeah.
Blackhawk's in there right now. Slow, Greed, Persil, obviously. Latin Con's in there. Oh, they got like Jarl and stuff. I guess they'd managed to clean up a bit of Aquila.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a shame we got no sick German team there, isn't it?
Yeah, where was like Farunian right now? Maybe they are going to...
Freelancers.
Is he in Freelancers?
Yeah.
Are we not going to have a sick German team?
I don't think so, done lightly.
Jonas in, like, Castellan, I guess.
Castellans, yeah. He's playing quite well at the moment, actually.
Oh, he's always playing pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, no, he is, that's fair.
Nah, Piccolo, we can't see you, unfortunately. I don't know, you're just not loading. I'm not... Oh my god, that's not gonna work. Well, I guess we covered it pretty well. We do have the first pick night on Monday. Is it going to be a pick night on Monday? Surely it would be random first week, right? Harman, can you let us know?
I think it will be pick night. I'm not sure though.
How will you do a pick night without any seeds?
I'll have to look into that, sorry.
Okay,
Maybe they're going to randomise the seed instead of randomising the... That wouldn't be a good system, though.
No,
really.
I don't think so.
I think you're right. It must be your first week random. It must
It's
be.
like, yeah. Instead of just leaving it all to fate, it's like randomised and then like weird advantage to some people. Okay. Alright then. I think we can pretty much call it a day there. Has anyone else got any issues they want to mention about the scene? Anything like they want to cover talk about?
No?
Alright, fair enough. I guess we'll do another Horse and Sword.
Yeah.
It's going. Piccolo, I'm so sorry we lost you for the last 5 minutes. We can still hear you. We just can't see you. So please do contribute still. Piccolo? We can hear you typing.
I'm typing to you, but I think I will go maybe.
Well, just wait to say goodbye, and you can do shoutouts because we can still hear you. So.
Yeah, but I have to go. So
just 2 minutes, 2 minutes more. You can do shoutouts first. Don't worry. We don't want you leaving before the end of the show. So we're going to wrap up there. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Firstly, I'd like to give Piccolo a chance to do some shoutouts. Piccolo?
Yeah.
What are your shoutouts?
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I will.
I'll go
I'm
for
sorry for
shout-outs
that.
to Renegades, shout-outs to all the French players, Vive France, let's go.
And follow Piccolo on Twitter at @Piccolo_MB.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bye.
Let's go around and Harman.
Yeah, shout out to my team. And yeah.
What is your team? What's it called? X?
Expendables.
Expendables.
Like the movie.
Nice.
Why Expendables? Is it Expendables with an E or just does it start with an X?
No, it's EX.
Okay.
Expendables.
It's not like Expendables.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool as well, though.
Is it?
No, not really.
Okay, you're in Piccolo's window right now. It's gone a bit crazy, but we'll have to just make do. Okay. Any more shoutouts, Harman?
Nope.
Cleric, you?
Yeah, to all my boys in AE, love you loads. Thanks to you, Captain Lust, for hosting this show, putting all the effort in.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, it's great. I really like it, so keep it up. Cheers.
Yeah, I hope we get some streams done anyway. I'm going to be away on holiday pretty soon. But when I
Have
come
fun.
back, I do want to get back streaming again. It's been a long time. And I want to really blow it up. So yeah, thanks to all my guests. Obviously Piccolo, Harman, and Cleric. And yeah, good night everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.